Welcome to Casual Nerd Reactions. My name is Chris. Today we're watching an incredible show. It's called Breaking Bad. You've probably heard of it. You like it. You love it. Ooh, we're getting into it now. If memory serves correctly, Hank had a pretty big revelation at the end of the last episode. Well, it was an audience revelation. We learned that Hank has really been putting in the work. He brought a revelation to the DEA. And it looks like they are on Gus's trail. They have information. Gus, or rather Gustavo Fring, was in Gail Whitaker's house. I am still kind of just geeking over the fact that Hank's investigation hopped right over Heisenberg, right over Walt, and went to the true big fish. Not that Walt's a little fish. He's obviously pretty substantial fish. In his own estimation, he's even bigger. So, hey. Anyway, I am excited to see what this episode has to bring. Oh yeah, we also had Jesse's incredible confession in group. That was a very powerful scene. And it seems like it to be almost a battle over Jesse's soul. Is there a chance he defects and becomes more loyal to Gus rather than Walt? I feel like that's a no, but I can't know for sure. I'll have to keep watching and see how things continue to unfold. I'm also continuing just to be intrigued by Walt and Skylar's relationship. It's so interesting. I think that brings this up to date on kind of what's going on in my head as we're getting ready to hop into this. So check me out on Patreon if you want to support the channel, and let's experience this episode for the very first time.
Are we done? No, listen, this attack on my brother-in-law.
I remember this. This was last season.
What it means. I fear for my family.
I'm sure they'll be fine. I am told the assassin that survived is gravely injured.
Yeah, you killed him. Well, you might kill him.
Now, thank me and shake my hand.
This was the first time where it was holy crap, Gus is intense. It's not the last time. So why are we starting here? Am I in the wrong season, perchance?
Burn in hell, you piece of...
I assume we're gonna follow a different character. There's Mike. We saw Mike pass by.
One of the suspected gunmen died at the scene.
Oh, yeah.
The second succumbed to his wounds earlier this evening at an area hospital.
Tio.
Agents with the DEA and FBI, in conjunction with APD homicide detectives, are working with Mexican law enforcement in an attempt to identify the deceased suspects.
Did not expect it to be Gus.
I can give you the highlights. Your nephews grew impatient. They continued to press me for my permission to kill Walter White. When I wouldn't give it, they settled instead for DEA Agent Schrader. But a phone call was placed to Agent Schrader moments before the attack, thus giving him the upper hand.
That's right.
Marco was shot in the face and died instantly. Leonel lingered for several hours. The warning call to the DEA agent, Juan Bolsa, may have some insight into who placed it. But yesterday, the federales raided his hacienda, and in the confusion, Juan was shot dead. An accident, perhaps. A mistake made by his own men. But we may never know. At any rate, I thought you should hear from me.
He's so big mad.
This is what comes of blood for blood, Hector. Sangre por sangre.
Fascinating scene.
So is this the loud one? I can never remember. Is this the loud machine with the magnets?
No, this is the PET CT scan, positron emission tomography.
English? Come on.
And pair that with the computed X-ray tomography.
Not the loud
Quiet,
one.
no magnets.
Right, okay. Yeah, thanks. I'm still pretty new at this. I mean, one minute I'm starting a new business. My wife and I are thinking about having kids. Walk into a doctor's office and suddenly, life as I know it will never...
Excuse me.
Yeah, of course, Walt doesn't care.
Yes, I'm waiting to hear a progress report on that thing we discussed. So call me.
He literally made a phone call instead of listening to that guy.
So for me, that's been the biggest wake-up call. Letting go, giving up control. And it's like they say, man plans and God laughs.
I love that he doesn't even seem to
Is such bull.
be aware that Walt's so disinterested.
Excuse me?
Never give up control.
That's Walt.
Live life on your own terms.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. But cancer's cancer, so...
What the hell with your cancer?
Oh, man.
I've been living with cancer for the better part of a year. Right from the start, it's a death sentence. That's what they keep telling me.
Well, guess what? Every life comes with a death sentence.
So every few months I come in here for my regular scan, knowing full well that one of these times, hell, maybe even today, I'm gonna hear some bad news. But until then, who's in charge? Me. That's how I live my life.
There's some good advice in there, depending on how you apply it. The way Walt applies it, I don't know. Also, I do think there's value in recognizing the things you can't control, releasing them, just being at peace. But of course, identifying the things you can control and taking agency over them.
Pollos Hermanos, or something delicious is always cooking. Yes, detective.
This is the investigation. This is why we're spending more time with Gus this episode. A lot of things are going to start catching up to him. I think we're witnessing the downfall of Gustavo.
Gustavo, thanks for coming in.
My pleasure. How's Kathy?
Much better, thank you.
And you know Hank Schrader
Yes, indeed.
and Steve Gomez?
How was your meal? Agent Schrader and I got a chance to catch up at one of my restaurants a few days ago.
I eat there every day, but I wouldn't fit through the door.
The DEA is working on an investigation which may overlap with my own, so I've asked them to sit in with us today.
Gus, we all appreciate your coming in here to talk to us, but you have the right to have an attorney present also.
Oh, well, I can't see how that would be necessary. But then again, I have no idea why I'm here.
So you wish to continue?
He's so smooth.
Please, I'm very anxious to find out what this is all about.
That's for sure true.
Sir, your fingerprints were found at a crime scene.
Really? That's surprising.
A drug-related homicide.
Gail Bedeker's apartment.
Bedeker. I said Whitaker earlier.
So you knew the victim.
15 years ago, I established a chemistry scholarship at UNM.
I bet this is
I named it after Maximino Arciniega,
an airtight alibi.
a dear friend of mine who died too young. Gail was a recipient of this scholarship. He was perhaps one of 3 dozen.
I see. And Mr. Bedeker graduated in...
1999.
That sounds right.
And you kept in regular contact with him over all this time?
Oh, no, I hadn't seen Gail for years until I ran into him a few weeks ago.
Ran into him where?
At the restaurant. Ran into isn't quite accurate, as I assume he came by to reestablish contact with me. We caught up briefly, and he invited me to dinner the following night, and I accepted. It was perhaps a week later where I read about him in the paper. Drug-related, you said?
It's a good possibility.
I love how intently Hank's focusing.
So after years of no contact, he shows up in your restaurant, remakes your acquaintance, and invites you to dinner?
Yeah, he wanted money.
Gail Bedeker asked you for money?
No, he didn't come right out and say that. He spoke in terms of a vague investment opportunity, but it was my suspicion, yes, as to why he invited me into his home. He was a very, very talented chemist. But for reasons I never understood, he was more interested in taking shortcuts than what would or could have been a very promising career. But personal shortcomings notwithstanding, he was a warm, gentle person, and
True.
I thought a lot of him. At any rate, I declined his business offer, and after what was a very pleasant meal, left.
Can you tell us where you were on the night of Wednesday, the 23rd, at around 8 p.m.? Not an accusation, just a question.
Oh, I understand. Well, let's see.
Oh, he has an airtight alibi. I know it. I mean, he pulled out his calendar.
I was at a fundraiser at Presbyterian Hospital. I was there from 7 to about 10.
Yeah. Well, look, he didn't kill Gail, but keep investigating.
Just one other thing. Is Gustavo Fring your real name?
Not something.
Is it my real name?
I know you're
I had not
a
considered.
Chilean national, but there are no records of you ever living there.
Really?
I mean, records show that you immigrated to Mexico in 1986, and then a couple years later you were granted an entry visa to the United States. But there's no record of Gustavo Fring ever having existed in Chile, which I find, I don't know, strange.
Well, really, it isn't. General Pinochet's government was guilty of a great many sins. First and foremost were its human rights abuses. But it was also notoriously unreliable at keeping records. I'm sure if you keep digging, you'll find me.
Okay, I think that's it, Gus. Thank you.
I hope that I was of some small help.
Yeah.
You were, absolutely. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
He's so smooth.
No, please don't get up.
I mean, come on, the small gesture of bringing Hank the cane, you know? Ooh. He's rattled. You can only tell because of one small tick.
For me, the scholarship thing explains it.
Well, I'll admit to a certain degree of bias. This man has been a long-time friend of DEA. But that being said, I thought his story was credible.
Of course.
Well, I agree. I think it was a good story. Still, why are we hearing it now?
Hank, my guy, yes.
What do you mean?
Well, like you said, this man's a big law enforcement booster. One day he's reading the newspaper and sees that someone he just had dinner with, someone he thought a lot of, was murdered. He reads this and he doesn't make a phone call. Doesn't call you or one of his other cop friends to share his connection with the case or ask about the investigation.
We can't predicate a criminal investigation on a person not making phone calls.
I would agree.
What do you think, Tim?
Well, I want to follow up on the scholarship, the alibi.
Yeah.
But my overall impression, I believed him.
Man, I like that at least Hank is not buying it, but what can he do?
Hey, Tiger, how's it hanging?
Good.
I didn't think we'd see them again, to be honest.
Very nice. What's the damage?
$1,200 a month. I did a lot of research, and for this neighborhood, that's a pretty good deal.
You kidding me? That's a great deal.
By today's standards?
Speaking of which, that's for the week. Plus, there's a little extra in there for any move-related incidentals.
Thank you.
Hey, champ, how's the new school?
Good.
I loved school when I was your age. Seesaws, story time, chasing girls with sticks.
You'll thank Jesse again from both of us.
You got it.
I do like seeing Jesse continuing to give them...
How's he doing?
He's good. He's busy.
He's there?
How is it?
There's space, lots of light. It's a little garden out back. It's nice.
And Brock? How's he doing?
Hey, look, I don't mind dropping checks off every week like Ed McMahon, but if you really want to know how they're doing, why don't you go see for yourself?
Oh, Skylar's putting together her own systems. Vacuum sealed and delivered. Or something like that. That's actually a really clever way to hide. With new solutions comes some unexpected problems. Ah. Creativity.
Hey, Dad, whatever happened with your scan? Did you get the results back?
Yeah, I did. And I'm still in remission.
Yay.
You're all gonna have to be stuck with me for a while longer. What about you, Hank? How you feeling these days?
Yeah, getting there.
Give him an update.
The other day, he had a big powwow with all the DEA muckety mucks.
Yeah, on the case. Tell us everything. Tell Walt.
It's dead end.
He won't tell me either. Apparently, it's all very hush-hush.
Hey, Walt, you do me a favor? Reed's working tomorrow, and there's this gem and mineral show that's opening at the fairground.
Minerals.
If you could maybe give me a lift.
He has not abandoned his new hobby.
Yeah, sure. I had a collection of my own back in high school.
Maybe it's a cover.
I mean, nothing fancy, just entry-level barrels and garnets. One passable black tourmaline.
Turn right here.
Okay, but I did have one piece of morganite that was very special. It had been heat-treated, so it had that classic cast to it, that rose, almost salmon hue, you know?
Hey, Walt, there's no rock show.
Yes. Oh, I'm thrilled. But weren't you interested in his rock stories? Also, rocks? Hank, they're minerals.
Gustavo Fring. Remember him? He came down to the hospital after the shooting to put up the reward. He sponsors the DEA fun run every year. You met him.
Yeah, the fun run guy. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. What about him?
Well, I suspect. I can't prove it, mind you, but I suspect the man's a drug dealer. Honest to God, I really believe that this guy is maybe one of the biggest movers in the Southwest. Remember Gail Bedecker? That's the sad sack from the karaoke videotape?
Yeah.
And you said that he didn't strike you as being the boss man type, that probably there was a much bigger guy out there, right?
Hank, that was just...
I love this.
It made me keep at it. And guess what I find? Chicken Man's fingerprints at Bedecker's murder scene. So we bring him in.
You think that Gustavo Fring killed Gail Bedecker?
Oh, yeah, probably not. I mean, these guys use like a dunce to pull the trigger, right? But his fingerprints being there was enough for us to bring him in.
So you brought him into the police?
Right. He sits down to talk with us. The problem is that he...
What did you ask him? What did he say?
Let him tell the story.
You let me finish my story here?
Sorry, I'm just interested.
And a little scared.
So we bring him in, and he proceeds to kick our asses. Okay? He's got an explanation for the fingerprints, all right? He's got an alibi for Gail's murder. I mean, he's got reasons for everything. This guy is terms of endearment convincing.
So he's not guilty?
Yeah, as far as DEA and APD are concerned, he's not. Something deep down says he's my guy. Just gotta prove it.
Wow, that face.
Hank, why are you telling me this?
I need a favor.
What favor?
Ooh, he can't do that for you.
See that Volvo station wagon over there? I mean, the guy drives a 10-year-old Volvo. It's brilliant. Anyway, listen. What I need for you to do...
Can't do this.
Stick this on it. GPS tracker. You know, wifey thinks hubby's screwing around on her, but she wants to be sure. Stick this on the car. This right here. It's a magnet. And see where he goes. Cool, huh? 289 from Sky Mall.
From Sky Mall.
Hank, isn't that illegal? I mean, isn't there some sort of unlawful search and
that's
something?
It's known as extra legal, but trust me, it's our little secret. It's easy.
Mike!
Okay, here's what you do.
So good. So good.
I don't feel good about this at all.
I get why Hank wants to use Walt for this, but...
This kind of thing is outside your comfort zone.
No, I mean, this is a mistake.
Walt ensures failure of the plan.
You make me beg you? Come on, just stick it in there.
I wouldn't be surprised if Mike only showed up because they already knew Walt was on the premises. If he did it, that was so smooth. I didn't even notice.
May I help you?
Face to face. Crazy.
Sir, may I help you?
I didn't do it. See, I didn't do it.
Do it. Do it. May I help you with your order?
Yeah, just give me a number one. If it's like Chick-fil-A, no pickle, thank you.
What the hell is...
Just made sure it was secure.
Hey, where's my soda? Just kidding. Let's go.
Good joke, good joke. Not a funny joke. Because that's not a good joke. I just love all the dynamics and the character interactions. Like, this is so compelling.
Yeah, that one.
And yes, I think from Gus's point of view, letting Hank do this and then strategically using it to his advantage is a great strategy.
I swear to God, I thought I was driving the man to a gem and mineral show. And all of a sudden he has me pulling into your restaurant and telling me that he's investigating you. You and I, we've had our differences, but I would never.
At least not so blatantly.
My brother-in-law, evidence-wise, has nothing. He's operating on pure conjecture, and no one, not one person that he works with thinks that you are anyone other than an owner of a fast food chain. But if something were to happen to Hank, then that would only draw their attention to you, and therefore to me as well. So we have a mutual interest in resolving this without violence. I will make sure that he discovers nothing.
I think in part he wants to save Hank's life. In part.
So where do we stand?
Where do we stand on what?
Where do we stand with the thing that you were supposed to do? I assume you haven't done it. You didn't lose it, did you? You would tell me if you lost it, right?
You're creaming to get it done? Go do it yourself.
If he didn't see me coming like he's some kind of... Look, our timetable has advanced. You have got to make this meeting happen this week, tomorrow, tonight, if possible.
Oh, tonight? Wow. What are you, high?
My brother-in-law, my DEA agent brother-in-law, he's on to Gus.
So, what if this is like math or algebra? And you add a plus douchebag to a minus douchebag, and you get like 0 douchebags.
I've got some math for you. Hank catching Gus equals Hank catching us. He's relentless.
All right? He won't quit.
True.
Yeah, well, he's got nothing, is all I can say.
How would you know that?
Because he's still above ground. Think a dude like Gus would let your boy anywhere near him? He'll break out his box cutter on his sorry gimp ass.
So you haven't even seen him since that time at the diner?
About that.
They've got to be figuring that we've talked, so... You need to tell Mike that you are worried about Hank's investigation, okay? Hank already knows who you are, by the way. And besides, you actually did kill Gail, so there's that. This is all good fodder for you to request a sit-down with Gus so you can discuss what you would say in case Hank brings you in for questioning, okay? Now, you just say that you want to be, that you need to be able to be properly coached.
It's not a bad strategy.
You put this to use.
He's just gonna tell me to shut my mouth if I get busted. He ain't gonna set up no meeting.
Well, then insist on it, damn it! Act panicked!
So Jesse's insights are better than mine about all this.
He will meet with you if he thinks that you're a liability.
No, he will waste me if he thinks I'm a liability. Whatever, man. I'll take a piss.
Walt. Invasion of privacy. What's he gonna learn? Meeting is off. Something came up. Boss is busy. And didn't really learn anything that he didn't know, right? Like, yeah, Jesse has other responsibilities.
I think you got a phone call. Anything important?
Nope. Oh, maybe the implication was that the boss was going to be at the meeting, and now he possibly rightly assumes that he had a meeting planned with Gus, and now he's thinking Jesse's loyalties have flipped. And maybe they have. I mean, look, someone seeing value in you and like letting you know they see value in you. It's powerful, persuasive. Force.
I did some digging around.
Neither the DEA nor the APD considers you a person of interest.
Schrader's looking into you totally on his lonesome.
Well, solved that problem. Is he just going to put it back on his car when he comes back, right? So that this trip is untraceable.
The cartel has given me its ultimatum, to which I've said no. DEA agent Schrader, he's a concern. He's looking into my past. Is today the day, Hector?
Gustavo, siéntate, me estás poniendo nervioso.
Wow. Young Gus. Young Gus.
Es un buen plan. Confía en ti mismo. Todo va a salir bien.
Young Hector, who's starting the meeting by peeing in a pool. Why not? Actually, just why?
Así que, los pollos hermanos. Me gusta su restaurante.
Muy bien, gracias.
Carne oscura y carne blanca. A mí no me parecen hermanos.
Well, you know, chosen family.
Ese pollo que cocinan, se lo juro por mi madre, que es el más sabroso en todo México.
Es un gran honor. Max es el chef.
Don Gustavo es demasiado modesto. No habría restaurante sin él.
Tu socio es el chef. ¿Quién eres tú? No me digas que solamente estás para probar la comida.
I assume the business side.
Además de eso, ¿qué tienen en el menú?
Bueno, tenemos varios acompañamientos. Se preparamos platos de carnitas si es que encontramos carne fresca en el mercado.
Nada más. Un plato, un bocadillo, algo por el lado a lo mejor.
There's a
¿Sabes
reason
por qué? Porque cuando yo mando a mis hombres,
this meeting is happening.
si no regresan endrogados, metanfetamina.
Yo no sobrevení. Les di muestras.
Oh, interesting.
Les di las muestras para que se las tiraran a usted, don Eladio.
Don Eladio, Gustavo no lo quiso ofender. Lo que pasa es que nosotros no encontramos otra manera de llamarle la atención. Es que queremos trabajar con usted, don Eladio.
I was wondering if he even knew about the side business, but he does.
La cocaína para los pobres. Más bien los bikers y los hillbillies de Norteamérica juegan con eso. Y ahí no hay plata.
Yo soy bioquímico de profesión y la metanfetamina que nosotros hacemos es mucho más superior a la llamada biker crank, que como ustedes le dicen, es cristalizada como vidrio, es más pura.
Este producto es la droga del futuro. Triplicaría sus ganancias.
That's a big claim.
Pero los plantas de la coca no crecen en México. Usted no es más que un intermediario por los colombianos. Le dan un porcentaje por cruzar el contrabando por la frontera. Pero la mayor parte de las ganancias es para ellos, a pesar de que usted asume todo el riesgo.
Es más adictiva, más potente que la cocaína. Le podemos mostrar cómo fabricarla aquí mismo en México.
Y usted se queda con todas las ganancias.
¿Qué pasa, hombre?
He doesn't
¿Cómo
like
no le
them.
ofreces a los invitados
Ooh.
copas? Ándale pues.
Now it's a real business meeting. Don Eladio has decided they're not shoveling manure.
Por la mínima inversión de capital, podemos montar un laboratorio
So what happened to this guy?
para producir metanfetamina de alta calidad en grandes cantidades.
Tú eres el cocinero. ¿Para qué lo necesito a él? ¿Por qué tengo que hacer negocio con un hombre que me falta respeto? Tratando de negocios bajo mis narices, sin pedirme permiso mío.
Uh-oh.
Y que me manipula para hacer esta reunión en frente de mis hombres.
Le pido disculpas si no ofendí. Yo simplemente tomé la iniciativa.
Don Eladio, Gustavo no lo quiso ofender. Yo conozco a Gustavo como si fuera un hermano. Para mí, este hombre es la persona más leal, más honorable que yo he conocido. Él me salvó del barrio pobre de Santiago. Este hombre me hizo el hombre que soy hoy. Don Eladio, Gustavo es un genio y le hará millones de dólares. Solamente deje que su corazón lo perdone por este pequeño error. Yo lo necesito. Él es mi compañero. Por favor, se lo juro.
Oh, what? Why? ¿Por qué? Whoa, it's a sprinkler. I thought they would try to kill Gus because they only need the cook, but maybe they... Wait. Why did they kill Max rather than Gus? Maybe they intended to kill both? And he's gonna say something right now to change their mind?
Desiste eso. Ahora, míralo.
Or do they see the value in Gus's offer?
La única razón por la cual tú estás vivo y él no es porque yo sé quién eres tú. Entiéndeme bien. Ya no estás en Chile.
Dang.
Consejo, quédate con los pollos.
So Gus and the cartel have never really gotten along. Dang. It's kind of interesting to see part of the origin of, well, the Chicken Brothers.
Look at me, Hector.
And what happened to the other brother?
Look at me. Maybe next time.
What would have happened if he'd looked at him? I just feel like Gus wants to kill him or maybe takes pleasure in seeing him suffer. Honestly, I don't know. This was unexpected. I do love how this show continues just to lay out its story and the way that it's slowly unfolding. Starting just with the flashback, not even really a flashback, but just opening up with kind of that scene of Gus and Walt in the hospital. Threw me for a loop a little bit because I was like, wait, did I somehow start the wrong episode? Like this was a while ago, but then bringing it over to Gus's conversation, following him from there to his conversation with Hector. Absolutely engrossing, absolutely fascinating. And then using that to kind of explore this episode really what's all about Gus, specifically Hank's investigation, his unauthorized, unofficial investigation. Well, I suppose we started with the official investigation. And of course, Gus already had it all worked out. His alibi really is airtight. He convinced everybody in the room except one person. Hank. I love Hank. He does not give up. He is like a dog with a bone, very much so. And he is investigating this man now, and he's not easily convinced, okay? So of course Hank continues his investigation. Now, he is still limited with physical mobility. So of course he's gonna utilize Walt, his innocent brother-in-law, who has shown an interest in helping him and an interest in his investigation. It's the perfect choice from Hank's perspective to use Walt, bring in his brother-in-law. There's not really another option for him, to my knowledge. He can't use any of his DEA contacts for this, so it's Walt. But Walt is perfectly the wrong person to utilize. Hank just has no idea. It brought forth incredibly intriguing dynamics as Walt's like, I can't do this. Mike shows up immediately, and I'm wondering, did Mike just happen to show up, or did Mike show up because Walt was present, or because Walt and Hank were present? Like, is it a coincidence? I imagine it's not a coincidence. He's just keeping an eye on things, rightly so. But the dynamic of even Gus got to have a quick meeting with Walt, like in person. And Walt, of course, trying to prove that he had nothing to do with this. And of course he didn't. I keep oscillating, trying to decide if Walt is scared, trying to protect Hank, if he's just scared for self-preservation, correctly assuming that, like, yeah, if Gus goes down, we might go down with him. Maybe it's a little bit of both of those things. And so, of course, he's trying to accelerate his timetable and get Jesse to kill the man. But man, I love that dynamic, that conversation with Jesse, as well as he discovered that Jesse might be changing loyalties. I don't know how to read Jesse. I'm impressed with, like, he seems to have the best insight into like what Gus is thinking or doing, more so than Walt, but I don't know how to read him. I want to say that his loyalty would stay true to Walt, but I don't know that for sure. And it does kind of seem with some of his actions like he's certainly not wanting to kill Gus. Is that because he's more loyal to Gus, or because he doesn't want to kill another person? I also love that Jesse is continuing to take care of Andrea and send money, and that it's just sweet. And I liked Saul's role in that as well. I do find myself, the farther we go into this series, wanting to know more and more about Saul, but I figure I know there's like a whole separate show, so hopefully I get to check that out as well. Let me know if you would like me to check out Better Call Saul. This episode also gave us the first really detailed look at Gus's history. I honestly don't even know like what to make or of that whole exchange there at the end. Obviously, Gus was trying to make a move to work with the cartel, and I couldn't tell at the end. Obviously, they killed his brother and his cook, and I couldn't tell if that was just like, hey, we'll work with you, but not him, like we know you, or if it was a get out of our territory and we'll never work with you. Let me know like what I missed from what I didn't glean from that scene. Either way, it laid the foundation for what is a bitter rivalry between him and Hector. I mean, hey, he killed his brother. And of course, his interactions with the cartel, they've gone through a whole lot even since then, I imagine, but they didn't start off on good terms, and obviously they're not on good terms currently in the current timeline. So very interested in seeing how this all ends up playing out. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Check me out on Patreon if you want to support the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.